Ah, good morning. Happy Monday. Unless your name is Garfield, boy, I saw what did I say on Saturday Night Live? They said he don't like Mondays, but he don't even have a job. Um, Good morning. I am so grateful to be here to celebrate this day, this moment, this life, and share some gratitude and set sails for the day on how we might be love ambassadors, how we might be kind to ourselves and to others, and move the momentum of this swirling ball of life a little bit towards love. Good morning, Gearbot. Good morning. Wonderful to spend a few moments with you. Because it's the start of the show, we get to sing songs for everyone. And if it isn't good to know, we can always have a little fun. Because we've got gratitude in here and plenty that we can share. And if you don't like gratitude, I don't really care because it's love morning. Love morning. It's love morning. Love morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, Dawn. Happy Monday to everybody. Ah, well, I had an unusual start to my day. I slept about 4 hours. I've been not sleeping a bunch, but not being very tired. So I'm like, all right, I'll just run with it. And then I woke up like I was kind of restless at 4. And then I woke up again at like 4:15 and I was like, you know what? If you remember, I was talking about how I was so inspired by the woman who was waking up every morning at 4 a.m. and meditating for 2 hours. And she said, when you start, just wake up for 15 minutes. You can always go to bed afterwards. So I said, you know what? I'm going to meditate. So I got up at 4:20 and meditated for 15 minutes. My mind wasn't very still, but I got a number of like really good downloads, insights. And then I'm like, okay, now I can go back to sleep if I want to, but I just wasn't that tired. So I stayed up and I stretched and did a little yoga and did a little exercising. And then I walked around the block as the sun was rising. Then I wrote a newsletter and I sent a newsletter. Then I started getting tired. So I crashed at like 7:30. I slept for like 30 minutes. But in my dream, I was trying to use this public bathroom at a yoga studio, and there was like clothing all over the place. Like people were like letting their wet clothes dry out in the bathroom at the yoga studio. I'm like, oh. And there was another guy in there who was just kind of like getting dressed, I guess. And I walk in, and I'm like, hey, and he goes, yeah, man, people wear clothes here, but he doesn't go to leave. So I'm trying to pee now, and I can't. And I'm like, oh man. I wonder if it's because this guy's here. Like, I didn't think I was somebody who couldn't pee in front of somebody. But maybe and I'm trying again, I can't pee. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is a dream. I need to wake up if I want to pee. So that was my morning. Which was good because I had my alarm set anyways, because I didn't want to sleep through this. However, just so you know, there may be times if I haven't slept much when I might say, you know what, I'm gonna let myself sleep through Love Morning because I'm concerned about my health. But today I did not piss myself, nor did I miss Love Morning. And I've already done quite a bit today. So banner day already. I even got to give Lisa some kisses, and not even 9 a.m. and I'm feeling like it's been a productive day. Anybody else want to share either a dream or something that you're grateful for? I'm grateful for a beautiful Mother's Day. Grateful for lots of time to think about the awesome mothers in my life, and a lot of thinking about mother energy that I was talking about yesterday. Pardon the yawns. I am sleepy. Um, Good morning, High Noon. Good morning, Chris. Chris says, I've had a few morning variation hour struggles like that. I'm working on trying to do better morning routines. Oh, I'm gonna have to call the. Me too. I'm trying to better morning routines, which is why it was easier to get out of bed because I'm like I know I want to do this, so I might as well listen to my body. Gerbot is grateful for a fun housewarming with friends on Saturday and a lazy Sunday recuperating. That does sound fun. I am grateful for a fun grill meal. We got a grill last year that we've been using a little bit more, and especially as the days are longer. And so I grilled some Impossible Burgers last night for burgers. They were delicious. And then I went to the store and I got tater tots. So I was in charge of the meal, which is, maybe like once a week am I in charge of the meal. And I made tater tots and grilled burgers, and they were great. The tater tots, I took some out and we ate it, and then I decided to keep some in longer. The second round was crispy and delicious, so next time I know what to do. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Michael. Michael says, I am grateful for the wonderful Beltane celebration we had as a community together this weekend. How fun. Good morning, Janet. Janet says, I am grateful for my love, Robert. It was his birthday on Saturday, so we celebrated Thursday through Sunday. Don't tell Lisa that. Lisa's birthday was Saturday also, but we didn't celebrate. I guess we're always celebrating, but we had a really nice birthday Saturday. So happy birthday, Robert. Hey, Sander. Good morning to you in the Netherlands. Grateful for another sheep coming up, made possible by the new Netherlands Burning Man community. Is that right? NL? Did I get that right? Um, Enjoy the sheep. Jennifer says, today I'm grateful for coffee. I I was so close to having a caffeine beverage this morning, but I haven't yet. I'm gonna try not to because since I haven't been sleeping much at all, like might as well let my body sleep when it needs to instead of trying to force it up. Good morning, Darren. Darren is grateful for coffee, chill music, morning sun, nice weather, and time off from work to do anything or absolutely nothing. Enjoy that time off. Speaking of chill music, I did a search for Ram Dass Chill Step this morning because I thought that would be something good to listen to during morning exercising and walking. I didn't want to listen to another podcast or book. And this mix came up that I've listened to before, but I'd forgotten about it. And it's like a chill step mix with a bunch of speakers in it. So it's got Ram Dass, and it's got Alan Watts, and it's got some other voices I recognize, but I kind of want to look up who's on it. And really enjoyable. I really like the chill step mixes. If you've never seen those, like on YouTube, they'll take a lecture by Ram Dass and then cut the pieces of it so it works its way into some relaxing music, and it's great. Jennifer says, I agree. Too much caffeine isn't good. I mean, the thing is, I love caffeine, but what happens is if I get in my caffeine habits, I love the like kick that it gives me, and then sleeping is tough. And if I don't have it, I'm sluggish and slow, and my brain doesn't work that well. So, but if I'm now like 11, 12, 13 days off caffeine, and I'm pretty, I'm clear headed. You might notice sometimes some mornings when I haven't had caffeine and I'm really struggling. But if even now with no sleep, I don't feel like I'm slow witted. So it's hard. It's tough for me because I love the jolt of caffeine. but I also really enjoy not needing it. Chris is grateful. Somewhere out there, one full data processor could be understood by another larger one, like recycling. Heineen says self-care is so important. And I'm grateful for Gerbot, making it known how much self-care can be hard to do. I know I struggle with not being a people pleaser. Thanks, Gerbot. We are not alone. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for the link, Sander. Sonder. Heineen says, I am very grateful for having a mom who tries her best. Oh, what a nice way to say that. Me too. Jennifer says, it takes time to adjust to no caffeine. A coworker of mine quit drinking coffee and she says she's never felt better. Yeah, I mean, the last week, I've really been clear-headed. Like, I think, like, if I'm going to record a podcast, I do better on caffeine. But if I'm on caffeine and then I need to be on it to do a podcast. Whereas now, I don't think I'm as good. I'm not as quick or as witty, but I'm functional. So maybe I think what I'm going to try to do is not do daily caffeine, but then I will do it for like big events or big things when I really want to be sharp. We'll see. Really enjoying everyone's support of one another. I am grateful for springtime and the way everything is blooming. I'm grateful it's going to be cooler today. We had some hot days in San Diego. But even though it was hot yesterday, I was grateful for the breeze. I'm grateful. I was going to reach for my phone. I recorded some bird songs this morning. As I was walking, before the sun came up, there was quite a symphony of birds, so I'm grateful for bird songs. And thanks, Chris. I'm grateful for Lisa's assistance in applying ointment to my stitches because it's in the back of my head and I can't see it, and so it's really nice to have her help. Anyone else want to share something that they're feeling grateful for? Oh, I was going to ask about something. Juan says, I drink coffee. He says, I drink coffee, motherfucker. Oh, no. That's not what he said. He said, I drink coffee Monday through Friday. I'm just kidding. I know what you're saying. Hello, Hope. Good morning. I had, one of the thoughts that I had, downloads, is I am thinking of making this morning broadcast a Zoom. And so that those of us that show can, this is what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of creating an intimate community that has certain things where it's more intimate. Like we talk about doing like a book group or like a discussion group, like having an online men's circle, like having certain gatherings that we are kind of like meetings during the month that are like this. But not ever. And then what I was thinking of doing is, like, if you are here and you want to be a part of it, you're in. I'll get your grandfathered in. And then, but once everyone who says that they're doing it now that wants to be in are in, then it will be, what we'll see on YouTube and Facebook will be the Zoom. So it'll be everyone that's participating. And if you want to be in the participation circle, then you gotta, support at Patreon at whatever, $5 a month or something like that. Just to create a container. I'm finding that I'm struggling with the motivation to promote on all the social medias and fight for attention. And maybe if there can be a smaller group of people that I know want to be in community, that it could be more fulfilling for everyone. That doesn't mean if you're in the Zoom you have to be on camera. You could be. but you could just have your, icon on, and it would be like, it wouldn't be the grid view. It would be, my camera would be big, and then have the thumbnails along the bottom, whatever that view is called in Zoom. I saw people ask me, wait, you got stitches? Yes, I got a hair transplant. I have a bald spot right here on the crown of my head, and so I had some hair removed from back here, and then hair by hair put into the crown. So in 6 months, potentially, I will have no longer have a bald spot, and will feel more comfortable enjoying the physical looks that I enjoy to present to the world. Chris says, to alleviate my coffee withdrawals, I drink Pero, barley, chicory, and rye. Never heard of that. Chris said, I would join a men's circle or something similar to Pink Path if something like that came out. I'll not flip-flop and hang with you. Heinen says, finding that balancing with caffeine is hard. Agree. The webinar feature, I think what I'm talking about is, at least for Zoom, it's like there's maybe it's the same thing as webinar, but it's just like when we do our gratitude circles, you can do speaker view, you can do grid view, or you can do like highlighted. Oh, I should probably just launch it. Anyway, to be determined. But I just wanted if someone says like, "There's no way I'm coming to a Zoom," then I'd want to know that. Or if people say, "Oh, that would be cool. I'd love it to be like a gathering, more like a gathering than just you broadcasting." Then I'd like to know that too. Yeah, I made this. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had all these thoughts of things that I might want to give a try. So stay tuned. Anyone else have any gratitude that they would be willing to share with us, inspire us? What it could be something mundane that you're just like, what I'm noticing in this moment is I'm noticing clean socks, clean, tight socks that don't slip down. I'm so grateful that I've got an abundant supply of new enough socks. Boy, that sure makes things more comfortable. Nothing worse than socks that won't stay up. Maybe not nothing worse, but I do like that phrase, nothing worse. High Noon says, I find this practice and this community very healing and so much gratitude for it. I would be into a Zoom gathering. Chris says, I want to come, or I want to come, depending on how you read it. Great. Thanks, Jennifer. What else am I grateful for? I'm grateful for the antibiotics that I'm taking right now so that the wound that's rapidly healing doesn't get infected and I don't get to have to worry. I'm grateful that I should have the stitches out in a few days. I am grateful that my mom and dad seem to be having a really beautiful trip in Europe right now. I think they're going Budapest to Bucharest. No, that's not right. They're going to Budapest they're stopping in Bucharest, but there's another B word. Bliss rising to you, Echo. Thanks for being here. Heinun says, oh, then the Facebook group and the YouTube group can interact with each other. Right. That's right. Sometimes I forget to mention that some of you are seeing quotes only when I put them on the screen, because right now we are live to Facebook and YouTube. And so obviously the people sitting next to you in the digital forum that you are in, there's another digital forum and that we're all kind of there. And the Zoom would make it so that we're in one space that we're then rebroadcasting to other places to share gratitude. Because I do think it's important for the gratitude to be extended, to be broadcast, that people can listen and hear other people's gratitude even if they don't want to participate. Now, that being said, in this vision I'm thinking about, this broadcast would be the only one that was public like that. The other gatherings, men's groups, and other more of the private gatherings would not be public because there's a whole different level of healing and growth that happens when you don't have to think about who's seeing this, when you know it's just the people in the room that are seeing it. So, but I do believe my idea is that this container will continue to be broad. Echo says, I'm grateful to have all 10 toes and fingers, lucky, that allow me to do so many different things in this body, feeling grateful for all the little things that are often overlooked. I am more and more sharing that gratitude as I have a close friend who's recently lost some digits, and as I witness him really beautifully process and learn from this change in his reality, I sometimes wonder if I could handle it as well as he is. And I am certainly grateful that I, at this stage, do not have to go through that test, and I have all 10 fingers. Echo says, I'd love to join a Zoom call. Great. Well, I will onboard slowly so that everybody who wants to can be in it and we don't exclude anybody. And we don't make anyone lost. That sometimes happens when you change links or change locations. Okay, last chance for gratitude. Heinen says, I am grateful for this past Saturday, seeing the beautiful lovebirds sharing their hearts together. Go, Lisa and John. It makes me realize that I can find that in my life. Thank you. I really felt good about, I was watching some clips and I felt good about the going live with Lisa. And I just love seeing the way we laugh with each other. So I just put a clip on YouTube of her sharing what her gratitudes were. But you can watch the whole archive as well on Facebook or YouTube as well if you want to see the whole broadcast from Saturday. Chris, good morning. Chris is grateful for her mom. I'm grateful for all the moms, for the moms that did nothing except biologically create children. I'm grateful for the ones that did their best to raise their kids. I'm grateful for everyone who provides nurturing, mothering energy to young ones. And very, very grateful for my mom. Sherry says, grateful, not sure yet, just waking up, but it's going to be good. Grateful for my kids. Thanks, Sherry. I'm grateful that your waking hours worked out so that I could share this moment with you before I start my day. Actually, not start my day, wrong phrase. I've been up since 4:30. Good morning, Steve. Steve says, I'm grateful for a fun weekend in Vegas with my wife's family. Nice. Jennifer's also grateful for mom. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and sharing some gratitude and inspiring each other to keep our eyes open for what's good and for maybe keeping our hearts open to maybe make things better that aren't so good. Maybe trying to see ourselves as agents of making things a little bit better, whether that's cleaning things up or picking up trash or listening when someone needs to be heard or saying hello and smiling when someone is isolated, or just being good to yourself, trying to treat yourself healthy, recognizing that people love you And if you treat yourself well, that's a gift to them. Sherry says, your vocal inflections were exactly how I feel. Good. High Noon is grateful for embracing the feminine inner compassion. I put that in my newsletter today. I was like, it was like a bunch of things about mothers and mother energy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to mention my men's group because a lot of what I work on in men's work is in, accessing some of that nurturing mother energy and not shaming away aspects of the complete whole human that are not macho, you know. So, love you. Have a beautiful day. Thanks, everybody.